Now, what's your opinion about double dating?
Yeah, I'm fully in support of it.
In support of double dating?
Fully in support of double dating. I would advise any lady that is of marriageable age to double date.
Okay.
And my reason is because most ladies out there, most mature ladies out there, unmarried. Why are they not married? Simply because someone broke their heart sometime. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the major reason is for safety, for security reasons.
Right.
That's why I'm fully in support of double dating.
I want to be personal, but would you say that you've been hurt by a guy?
Not exactly, no. The most important thing is, if you want to double date, you must be capacitated in the sense that you must be able to handle it. If you can't handle it, then you don't venture into it.
How do you handle double dating?
If you can't handle two guys, then you don't venture into it.
How do you handle two guys?
If you have a boyfriend,
right,
stick to your boyfriend.
Okay.
But if your boyfriend does not promise you marriage and you've been into the relationship for like 3 years, then what's wrong? Come on, go ahead and date someone else.
No, we're saying having two guys at the same time.
Yeah.
Right, you're dating two guys at the same time for 3 years.
You might not love the other one.
So you just carry the other one along as a safety net.
Yes, exactly.
Now, what if the other one that you're carrying along as a safety net is the one that really cares and loves you the most? And the one that, because you always tend to find that the one that you love and care for the most is the one that treats you the worst.
Yeah, exactly. The major reason why ladies go into relationship is for the marriage.
She would go into a relationship, it's not for sex, it's to find a husband to get married.
Yeah. Thank you. Do you go into a relationship because of sex? As a lady, do you go into a relationship because of sex?
Yeah, ask me. Let me answer you. To be sincere, personally, you go into a relationship for different reasons. Basically, first of all, marriage is something that comes to your mind later on in a relationship.
And don't forget what I said. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm still talking.
Okay, no fighting yet. No fighting yet.
I just want to laugh. I just want to make my point.
I would love you to fight. Actually, let's have some physical fight. But go ahead.
I just want to make my point clear. First of all, personally, if you are very free and exposed, personally, if I see a guy I like, there are some girls that are really wild. Let me use that word.
Go ahead.
You can just want to have fun with the guy.
You want to have sex with them?
Maybe after the sex, you can start a relationship. It depends on how.
But the first thing on your mind is sex.
Sex.
I think a question is this: when you see a guy, what do you see in a guy? Do you see sex or you see marriage?
I see marriage. If I don't see marriage in you, then I can't date you.
I think you have to get to know the guy before you think of marriage. So how can you just see somebody for the first time and you tell me all you see in him is marriage? What if you marry him tomorrow and it turns out to be a monster? So what do you do?
And that's why you have a relationship. That's why you have a courtship. Does he have a quality of what I want in the man I want to get married to? Then you date him. If you date him and he doesn't have the quality, or you feel the quality you saw initially happens to, turn around, then you forget about him. You go for someone else. And don't forget what I said earlier on. I said a lady of a marriageable age. Don't forget. If you're not matured enough, then you don't go into such relationship.
Okay, so what you're trying to tell us is that except you're ready for marriage, you shouldn't go into any relationship.
You shouldn't think of double dating. Don't forget the major topic.
Okay, you shouldn't think of double dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to believe that the whole world is listening to this program right now.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You in particular. Do you see double dating as a right thing to do?
She said yes.
You see it as a right thing to do, your living conscience. Because you're not going to say this as a right thing to do on the ground of the issue of it's just a main program.
In your heart of hearts.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you meet a guy and you love this guy, would you have another guy just in case?
If he doesn't talk about marriage.
But we just want to ask that gentleman's question again. If you fall in love with somebody, how can you have somebody else? That's the question I want to understand.
All right, if I'm in love with a guy, and we've been together for a while, and he doesn't talk about marriage, what's the point wasting my time?
The economy that we live at the moment, it makes it easier for men to have many girlfriends. Am I correct? Because now everything is expensive. And if you have a little bit of money, you can have like 10 girlfriends. Well, you got to think about the consequences of what you do. You got to make the girl that you go out with, you got to make her secure. You got to make her trust. You got to make her trust you. And you've got to make your relationship important to you. Because at the end of the day, your relationship is the most important thing. how you feel. Every one of us, we all feel lonely. We all have our times that we are lonely. But we need a companion. We need someone to reassure us of the way they feel loved for us. If you don't do that in your relationship, you then find that what you end up having is the person you're in a relationship with does not trust you, and they look for trust somewhere else. I find it challenging for you to have a girlfriend for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and you still haven't mentioned to this girl or to this woman what you want to do with that relationship. I find that very challenging. So that's why I just wanted to talk about this today. We're going to talk about some serious subjects. After we talk about condom, we're going to talk about something that's very popular now in our country, which is homosexuals and lesbians. We're going to talk about people who actually have anal sex.